We had on the show William Ury, and he was working closely with Jimmy Carter. So he knew the situation very well. We had him on the show 2 months after the war started. He said the West failed Ukraine. What is your take on this?
Well, I do believe that everything that happens is something that has already happened before.
Mr. Putin, he threatened several times, to use tactical nuclear weapons. Do you think he was faking it? What is your take on Mr. Putin?
I think Putin knows very well that he will be annihilated in a very short period of time, less than half a day, if he dares to use tactical or strategic nuclear weapons.
How should we look at China these days? As a friend or an ally or as a friend of Russia?
China has a very clear position. We may not like this position, but the position of China is very clear and consistent.
Have you watched the infamous interview of Mr. Putin with Tucker Carlson? Would you be comfortable to talk about his claims? Claims. Which one? Well, okay, let's go. Let's start with the one, the irredentist claims about that Ukraine is an artificial state.
Well, come on. I mean, we can talk about that for
I know, but we need to talk about this because half of America is divided and listen to propaganda and disinformation, and we heard one side. It's important that somebody else on the other side address those claims. For you, it's obvious. For many people, it's not.
Yeah.
The way things stand right now between Ukraine and Russia, could you see, for example, yourself going into a room in Oslo with a Russian official and saying, okay, let's talk through our animosities, but let's put it aside for a path to peace?
Well, first of all, I go to the same room with Russia almost weekly, sometimes twice a week, so it's nothing unusual for me.
In the name of peace, and I know it's far-fetched right now because there's a lot of pain, trauma, but do you think there's a chance one day that Russia and Ukraine can live peacefully as two sovereign countries?
In a very remote future. And the problem is very banal. You cannot implant democratic experience and values in people's minds, even if you upgrade their smartphones instantaneously.
Shimon Peres once said about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, he said, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is there's light at the end of the tunnel. The bad news is there are no tunnels. So we need to build it. So I really hope with my heart that Ukraine find the light at the end of the tunnel. I just wish Ukraine the best. Slava Ukraine.
Heroyam Slava, but I need also to say that the victory of Ukraine is the victory of all of us, including of the United States and United Europe, because the failure of Ukraine will mean irreparable damage to the United States globally, and a very serious challenge to United Europe that will be the next immediate target for the Russians.